Good morning. I want to extend a warm welcome to all the family and friends who have come to celebrate this special day with graduates of the class of 2021. It is with great honor and a grateful heart, graduates, that I can now say you finally made it. As we reflect back on the 2021 school year, we cannot help but realize just how many trials and difficulties this group of young people has had to go through just to get to this point of actually graduating. We began the school year under strict mandates. Although it made things difficult, most students were able to be in person here on campus, which was so much better than how we had ended the 2020 school year. God smiled on us this past year, and we were able to maneuver the landmines and make it through the graduation day without having to unexpectedly shut down the school. The theme this year for our school year was Stand Firm. Based on the scripture text in 1 Corinthians 16, 13, and 14, it says, "Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be men of courage and women, be strong, and do everything in love." I think for this school year especially, we could not have had a better theme, stand firm. Although the storm was blowing us around a bit, we were able to stand firm together and see God's protection over us. As we move forward, I think it is important to pause for a moment to reflect on the importance of this time in history. Graduates, as you plan for your future, remember that the only sure thing you have in this life is God's continuous presence. He has promised to never leave you or forsake you, and He is faithful to His promises. Life may feel uncertain, but come what may, your path and your future is secure in Jesus Christ. Again, I thank each of you for being here today. I thank God for His mercy and grace.
At this time, I just want to, on behalf of the Carolina Conference Education Department, I want to say congratulations. Been a long road, probably to some of you feel that way. For most of us sitting on this side, it seems like it's been a really short time. But congratulations. But I don't want to just say congratulations to them. I want to say congratulations to their parents. You sacrificed to give your children a Seventh-day Adventist education, and you need to be congratulated for that. Yes, give them a hand. A Seventh-day Adventist education at Mount Pisgah Academy. I really like the motto here. Jesus Christ lives at Mount Pisgah Academy. You know what? That's not going to help you anymore because you're leaving. Now the decision is yours. Does Jesus Christ live here in your heart? You know, some of you may be going on to college. Maybe you're deciding to start your career after this. I don't know what your decisions are about life, but I hope that your decision to have Jesus Christ in your heart didn't just start here, but will continue to be with you for the rest of your life. My prayer that you will always be able to say, Jesus Christ lives here.
Good morning and a warm welcome to each of our families and friends on this joyous commencement service at this beautiful Blue Ridge campus at Mount Pisgah Academy. To our MPA staff and students, on behalf of the Carolina Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, I extend to each of you my heartfelt gratitude for God's loving watch care and blessing over this campus during the past school year. To each of you, graduating class of 2021, my wife Carol and I extend to each of you our special congratulations on this momentous milestone in your lives. It was the wisdom of Solomon, inspired by the presence of the Holy Spirit, that prompted him to pen this immortal truth in the book of Ecclesiastes. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. As the chairman of the board of Mount Pisgah Academy, I want to express my sincere gratitude to our principal, Ramey Gwennon, and the entire dedicated service of the faculty and staff in guiding our school through what has been one of the most challenging circumstances of our lifetime. As your conference president, and more importantly, as a servant leader for the Lord, I am most grateful for this amazing ministry of educational excellence and the spiritual nurture that takes place on this campus at Mount Pisgah Academy, that provides every student who comes to these hallowed grounds of this attractive campus. My heart is also gratified that Mount Pisgah Academy is committed to serve as a safe and friendly environment for their social development and to provide every young person opportunities in which they can develop their skills physically, accompanied with a healthy work ethic. It is my hope and prayer that each of you here on this high day of celebration and commencement will cherish the peace and the presence of God every time that you walk on this campus. As my fellow colleague, Elder Gary Rouse, the Superintendent of Education, just said, most importantly, Jesus lives at Mount Pisgah Academy is the ongoing theme, not just the theme while you've been here on this campus, but the ongoing theme that you will carry from this campus wherever you go, which also demonstrates the commitment of the faculty and staff to helping young people cultivate a personal relationship with Jesus Christ as their lifelong companion. In spite of the challenges and restrictions under which we have functioned this year, some wonderful developments are underway for the enrichment and enhancement of the educational ministry of MPA. On April 2, during a special father-son and mother-daughter weekend, we were able to have a wonderful dedication and grand opening of the STEM room that will serve students with quality and excellence in the development of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics skills. This special lab room was dedicated to Louis Para for his amazing resourcefulness and energetic skillfulness in making this dream come true on this campus. I was fascinated in seeing something I'd never even heard of when I was here on that day. A three-dimensional printer, and a student was showing me how he was able to design and print a model from his iPad in his dorm room. Absolutely amazing. I think I need to sign up for a remedial class in STEM technology here, because the technology that I had when I was in academy was a transistor radio and a typewriter. We also owe a huge debt of gratitude to Lucy Hall, our business development director, for all that has been done and is being done to raise funds for the complete renovation of all the rooms of our girls' dormitory. Another person that has been a tremendous blessing in the advancement of completing this project is David Kidder, who chairs our campus's Capital Improvements Committee. And I can't leave out Donna Robertson, who has just been right there all along in all of the planning process for this. We are excited that this summer we have been able to make an agreement with Maranatha Volunteers International, as they will host a team of volunteer workers on this campus to help us accomplish a long-awaited dream for the ladies of this campus. I also want to express the gratitude of the Carolina Conference, as well as our MPA family, for the dedicated service of two very special members of our outgoing staff. Ed Pelto has served at Mount Pisgah Academy since 2004. And through the years, he has taught the bell choir, band, choir, mathematics, and the STEM program. He was an essay sponsor for 10 years. Ed has been a beloved teacher on our campus and is always connected well with the students and the staff. He's a very deep thinker and often has spent times of conversations with our students about a number of spiritual matters. He and his wife Joy moved here in 2004, and it was during their time here that Joy gave birth to their son Ben and daughter Alyssa, who are now grown adults living in Texas, which is where Ed and his wife plan to move this summer. Ed loves music and loves getting involved and helping out in any way that he can. I've always known Ed to have a very winsome smile and a warm demeanor. His reputation is that of a very kind soul who loves animals and cares for others. Ed, we thank you. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for the tremendous years of service, and we wish you God's special blessing in every path of God's leading in your life and that of your family. Next is Sherry Bellchambers. I first met Sherry Bellchambers in Toledo, Ohio, when she and her husband Bruce returned to the United States from their mission service in Lebanon. They both became very fast friends of our family, and we've shared many happy memories while I was serving as a principal there in the 1980s. Sherry was a graduate of Andrews Academy and Andrews University. She and Bruce Bellchambers came here from Mount Vernon Academy after that school closed its doors. She just completed her 6th year at Mount Pisgah Academy and will be transitioning, not far from here, but right across the street, to Asheville Pisgah Christian School as their 3rd grade teacher. Sherry has taught English 2, English 1, Earth Science, and ESL during her time here at Mount Pisgah Academy. She's a wife, an educator, and a loving mom of 2 grown daughters, Allie and Brittany, as well as a grandma. Sherry's daughter, Brittany, has a daughter of her own named Indy, and she also has a little boy on the way. Sherry, we very much appreciate your contribution to Mount Pisgah Academy and to the many students that you've taught here over the last 6 years. Thank you, Sherry. The Carolina Conference remains supported both spiritually and financially to provide and seek for the very best level of resources and investment of our time and our energies to ensure that this school continues its reputation and legacy of excellence that it has held for over 107 years. We refer to this morning's service as a commencement. The word commencement is a long-established word that has always had a meaning of a beginning. It actually derives its etymology from the Middle English dictionary that dates back to the year 1275. Yes, today is a commencement. It is a day especially dedicated to each of you, graduating class of 2021. This is a day of transition. This is a day of a new beginning as you close one chapter in the book of your life and unveil the curtain of time to peer into the future of wonderful possibilities. Today, in just a few moments, you will be receiving a red diploma from Mount Pisgah Academy, and we dedicate you as alumni of this school to the one who has an amazing purpose and a plan for each of your lives. Over the past 7 years, it's been a customary practice of mine every fall to have a special meeting and a worship service at the beginning of every school year in which I've challenged our seniors to consecrate their lives in service for God and by mankind, and I have provided every senior with a $20 bill as an investment in how you can use that money in some way to be a blessing to someone. Unfortunately, because of some of the restrictions that we were complying with last fall, this school year is the first year since I began this practice that I didn't have the opportunity of sharing that investment with you. But after you get your diploma, come by and shake my hand, and you'll also get this too from me. You're not accountable to me as to how you use that $20. That's between you and God as to what you do with that bill. Over the years, some of our seniors have taken the time to share with me their stories of how God asked them to multiply or to use that money to touch another person's life. Some have chosen to help a homeless person or feed a person who was hungry that they came across, or to even help somebody that was in need of gasoline money for their car. Abby King, who now serves as this academy's marketing and recruitment director, shared a story with me of how she took that $20 bill when she was a senior, and she was able to multiply it and use it to assist Adventist Disaster and Relief Agency, known as ADRA, to provide compassionate care to disadvantaged and impoverished communities around the globe. Today, seniors, I'll be gifting you each with this investment of $20 as you leave this campus. It's a time for a new beginning. It's a time for you to pray for a divine appointment of how you can use this to be a blessing to someone else. That is my challenge to you. Go forth and be that blessing. I invite you as family and friends to join me this morning in a bowed prayer of consecration and commitment as we place these young men and women in the shelter and embrace of God's care, who desires to guide, direct, and bless each of your lives. Shall we pray? Gracious God and Father of us all, to you we consecrate each precious life represented in this 2021 graduating class of Mount Pisgah Academy. Today, we present Carissa Arnold, Catherine Ashlock, Sidney Bischoff, Michael Bussard, Dana Clifford, Sidney Cotton, Rochester Damon, Stephanie Garcia Osejo, Duby Gatwa, Dunaberry Genewa, Hannah Gwenin, Joanna Ketter, Daniel Kim, Cameron Langford, Michael Liga, Hunter Lindy, Holden Lockridge, Jacob Mobley, Andrew Moyer, Gavin Perez, Nathan Settlemeyer, Elijah Cifuentes, Harrison Singleton, David Williams, Hannah Worth, and Jeffrey Yaste. To each of you, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace. And we ask this blessing at this commencement service for these graduates that we entrust to the Father's care. In Jesus' name, amen.
Sawadika, le yindi tonrap kapkun ka, tima ka.
Bonjour et bienvenue. Merci d'être venu à la remise des diplomas.
Bienvenidos a la graduación de 2021.
Gracias por acompañarnos en este día tan especial. Que Dios los bendiga.
Yokoso, ohayo gozaimasu, arigato gozaimashita, ite kurete.
Maligayang pagdating at salamat sa iyong pagdating.
Good morning. Welcome, and thank you for coming. Before we start today, I would like to give a word of thanks to this school and for everything everyone here has done. For those who are not familiar with who I am, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Gavin Perez. This year, I have the honor and privilege of serving this academic institution as the Mount Pisgah Academy Student Association President. My goal as SA President has always been to be a representative of the student body and to ensure that every single student here feels spiritually uplifted. This year with COVID-19 and everything else going on, it's definitely been a challenge in achieving that goal, but I feel that our Student Association has done a fantastic job in reaching it nonetheless. Before I proceed into the rest of my message, I would like to take the time beforehand to acknowledge all of the hard work the Student Association officers and sponsors have put into the school year to make this year a better experience for everyone despite the circumstances. I appreciate every and each one of you, and I'm honored to have been able to work with you this school year. In my role as SA President, I've had various duties that I will spare the details on, but I do want to highlight one for the sake of my message here today, that being MPA News. For those who are not familiar with MPA News is a bi-weekly school news video program that a dedicated team of students as well as myself have put together for this school year. Those who have watched MPA News, whether it be in person or online through Facebook or YouTube, will know that at the end of every episode, we encourage those watching to remember to stay proud to be Pisgah. Stay proud to be Pisgah, although it may seem like it at the surface level, was not just simply a quick quip or praise to end the episode on. Although I cannot take credit for coining the phrase, I wholeheartedly believe that it has a large amount of substance to it, despite the fact that it seems like such a small sentence. It is a quote that I feel that we as graduates have lived here throughout our time here, and that we will continue to live on after we leave here today. I truly believe that it is because of all the teachers, staff, faculty, and students that we can truly confidently say that we are part of a school that we can be proud to identify ourselves with. It is because of the loving, warm environment combined with the blessings of Christian education that I and so many other students, past, present, and future, can stay proud to be Pisgah. First and foremost, all of us as students should be incredibly thankful for the opportunity to be able to partake in the experience of Christian education. Sometimes we take the whole Christian school thing for granted, but it is a blessing in ways that we often do not recognize. To be able to freely discuss God in an open environment, to those who are like-minded and to those who are willing to listen, is something that is invaluable, and is something that unfortunately continues to dwindle in the world that we live in today. However, at Mount Pisgah Academy, we are able to freely discuss our beliefs, to pray, to read the Bible, and to worship God openly, largely without any exterior opposition or criticism. This is something that is made possible only by the wonderful administration, faculty, and staff here at MPA. Being on various meetings and boards throughout this year, I can tell each one of you without a doubt that much thought and care is given into every intricacy of the school, and that everyone working at this institution has one common goal: to provide a quality Christian education. My personal experience here at this academy has been nothing less than that. Every teacher and staff member that I've come into contact with has always been so warm and inviting, always inquiring about how your day is going and what can they do to help. Not only are they doing their best to provide a quality academic curriculum and learning environment for the benefit of us students, but all of them aim to ensure that we leave this institution spiritually sound. I've had many of my former teachers reach out to pray for me even when I did not ask, just because they could tell that I needed it. All of the faculty and staff have also been very understanding in regards to my extremely severe peanut allergy, reaching out to ensure that they were creating a safe environment for me to be in. This kind of outreach is something that you do not see in many communities today, but it is one of the best examples that I have seen of Christ's love among people today. To all the faculty, staff, teachers, Thank you so much for all that you do and all that you have done, not just for me, but the rest of the school. Let it be known that your hard work, diligence, but most importantly, Christ-like character does not go unappreciated. All of the work that you have done has created a school that we as students can be proud to have been a part of. The students here at this institution have also been a large part of why we can be proud to be Pisgah. Throughout my time here, there have been very few times that I've run into someone who is overtly rude or disingenuous while walking down the hallways of the administration building or walking into the cafeteria for lunch. From my perspective, it seems as every student here at Pisgah has a warm, open heart and caring personality. This is another of the many positive aspects of being immersed in Christian education. Everyone is kind, caring, and nurturing. And every student that is here today, I have seen these Christ-like traits in some way, shape, or form. And for that, I thank you so much. Your actions and words definitely show that Jesus truly lives here at Mount Pisgah Academy. My classmates, I've certainly seen this behavior in all of you. Some of you I've known for 8 years, some of you I've known for 4 years, some of you I've known for 2, and some I've only known for a couple of months. But regardless, each of you have been such a blessed part of my and so many others' Pisgah experience. Every one of you has been so warm and caring to me and so many others. I cherish each and every one of you for being a part of our time here at MPA, and I will truly miss all of you. To all of you here today, whether you be students, alumni, parents, staff, faculty, family, or friends, I want each of you to know that in some way, shape, or form, you have all had an impact on what we know today as Mount Pisgah Academy. Even by being here today, you are making an impact on our school, and certainly a positive one at that. To the faculty and staff, thank you so much for working so hard to make the school the best that it can be, and I know that you will continue to do so after we leave here. To the students, as well as my classmates, thank you so much for making MPA a warm and caring environment for us to be in. To everyone else that I may have missed, thank you. You have all truly done what it takes for us to be honored to be part of MPA. God bless all of you throughout the rest of today and the rest of your lives. And to all of us, especially our graduates, as we take the next step in life, please remember, stay proud to be Pisgah. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. Let's pray. Dear God, thank you for this wonderful, amazing day that you've given us that we, the class of 2021, graduate on. Ask your special blessing over us as we go on into our lives after this, and ask you please let the rest of this commencement go well. Amen. Good morning, everybody. Okay, I just want to start by saying thank you to everybody that's here. If you walked 5 minutes to get here from Mount Pisgah, or drove what seemed like 10 hours to get here from Tri-City, thank you for being here, or wherever else you're from. Every face here that isn't my parents and my family is making me more and more nervous, so thank you for contributing to that. Well, I remember back in August when I walked into a school that was completely foreign to me. Everything was covered in plastic wrap, the cafeteria was gone, we were having school in our old choir room, and of course everybody was spread out and wearing their masks, and it gave me an excuse not to brush my teeth. I didn't really think about how it was all going to affect our year as we were going forward. You know, with this pandemic, obviously, a lot was taken away from us as students, as teachers, just as humans in general. It was a lot harder to be with our friends. For some, it was hard to be with family. It was just a completely unprecedented scenario that we've all been living through for the past year. But looking back on the year, a lot was given to us as well. And that's not true at all. Not much was given to us, but when you think about it, we were given time. And that's a pretty important thing. And with all the extra time that I've been given this year, I was able to think about a few things that I hadn't before. And by before, I mean about a week ago when I was putting the speech together. So I just want to take this opportunity to relate a couple of things to my classmates that seem more important now than they ever have. So the first thing I want to talk about is our relationship with media. About 2 months into school, I started doing online classes, and since I only had 2 of them, I was done really quickly, and it was just completely up to me with what I wanted to do with my time. And just sitting at home, it was kind of hard to stay away from superficial forms of entertainment like YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all those silly things. But after a while, the boredom took over, and I ended up wasting a lot of my time doing those things. Sometimes it felt like I spent the whole day on my phone. But, you know, it just left me feeling unsatisfied and empty. And I remember one day my brother asked if he wanted to go mountain biking, and I didn't really feel like it. I'd rather just be lazy and sit at home. But we went, and after a morning of exercising, I came back and I just felt really satisfied and good. And my parents were like poking me to see if it was really Jeff that had come home, because I was just acting like a totally different person. And so I know everybody has their own relationship with social media and entertainment like that, but if you feel good where you're at, then by all means, I guess, continue. But if you're feeling lonely or unsatisfied or down, I would encourage you to take a step away from those things. You don't have to go kill yourself on a mountain bike like I did, but if you enjoy reading or hanging out with friends or playing sports, I guarantee you'll feel better and more satisfied than you did before. The second point I want to make is about our relationships, and this year took away a lot of our social interaction. And I feel like because it took away so much, it focused my attention on the interactions that I did have. And it made me realize how important the relationships that we have with our family and our friends are. You know, our relationships with our friends, like I said, didn't really get to hang out with them as much this year. And texting and calling just isn't the same. But the few times that we did get to hang out in person were really fun, and it made me realize just how important those relationships are and how important it is to spend time with your friends. And our relationships with our family, college might seem like it's still in the distance. It's 3 months away, but considering how fast this year went by, the 3 months that we have left is probably going to go by really quick. So make sure that you spend time with your family and your friends while you still can, because you don't know how long you're going to have them and how long you can spend time with them. So the final point that I want to make is about our relationship with God and ourselves, and specifically self-worth, because I know that self-worth is something that a lot of people struggle with nowadays. So I just want to share something with you guys that maybe you can carry with you if you're feeling like you're not enough or whatever. You know, the likes that we get on social media, the followers we get, the opinions that other people have of you, and maybe even the opinion you have of yourself, you know, your bench press max and the diploma that we get today and the money that we're going to make in the future, those things don't give your life meaning, and you shouldn't base your self-worth on those things. But what does give you value and what gives you an infinite amount of value is that God cares for you, that He sacrificed everything for you, and that He wants to save you. So just remember that next time you feel like you aren't doing enough or you're doubting yourself. So to wrap it up, guys, we're on the cusp and we're just getting ready to enter the world. So I hope that as we move into this new stage in our lives, we can all mature our relationship with social media or entertainment and deepen our relationship with our loved ones and realize that they're probably the most valuable thing that we have, and find our relationship with God and understand that He's what gives us value. And as cliche as it sounds, I know every one of you guys is unique and interesting and has something captivating about you. So I hope you'll go out and find whatever it is about you and share it with the world. So I guess all that's left to say is congrats to my classmates that are here, the few that are here, and congrats to the Mount Pisgah students that we don't know as well, but I know worked just as hard as we did because they're completely weighed down by all the medals, so you know they worked hard. So, yeah, that's it. Congrats to the class of 2021.
Hello, everyone. As most of you know, my name is Hannah Worth, and I had the privilege of being our class president this year. It's been a lot of fun and hard work, and I want to thank my class for the opportunity. Next, I'd like to thank the parents, grandparents, and other family members that are here today. Without your support, not many of us would make it here today to graduate. And lastly, I want to thank all the teachers and staff that have put up with our craziness, especially all the loudness of our class throughout the years. You would think that for such a small class, we wouldn't be that loud. But well, we have Harrison, Stephanie, and Andrew, so what can I say? Seriously though, even though it's been a challenge at times to find people to participate in things like picnic events, I mean, Dana and I played badminton every single year, and that's saying something. Class church services, thank you, Catherine, for always being willing to help. And spirit days, even Elijah dressed up as a crayon. Having a small class has been a blessing. There are 4 of us that have been together since 1st grade. Then we added Gavin in 5th, Hannah in 8th, and then 5 more our freshman year to make 11 of us that are 4-year seniors. Junior year, we added Nathan and Joanna, and then we rounded out this year with 2 new seniors to make the fabulous 15 you see in front of us today. Having a small class has given us opportunities to grow and develop close friendships, as we've had to rely on each other. Remember winning Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader our freshman year, and we switched out players all night? And who can forget the struggles of Spanish 1 as sophomores with Mr. Parra? We definitely learned to collaborate that year. First semester of junior year brought the fun and fast-paced history trip before second semester when COVID hit, and we were left to only see each other in little boxes via Zoom. Well, except for the days we had tests, then Jacob wasn't there. Just messing with you. I missed you guys during that time. Campus just wasn't the same. And now here we are, the end of our senior year. I'm sure you're expecting some great words of wisdom from me. Just kidding, no one is at all. But I do want to say that I've learned from each of you. You guys have taught me to value each moment for what it brings, the good or the bad. Thanks, Cameron, for always finding the humor in any situation with your many puns. You have also taught me to not be afraid of new things. Michael and Holden, I'm sure it wasn't the easiest thing to start your senior year at a new school, but you both have become part of our family. And speaking of family, I've also realized that people don't have to be part of your everyday routine to still be part of your family. There are several classmates that have taken different paths throughout the years, but they are still very important to our class and our memories. The most important thing I've learned is that just because you're small doesn't mean you can't make a difference. God has a plan for each one of us, and if we trust and follow him, we can and will make a difference. Because even the smallest can change the course of the future, and with God, we can make the impossible possible.
So those of you that know me know I come to most things unprepared, so I need a second human mic stand. Mr. Worth, could you do that for me?
wants to see us on our knees.
Yeah.
Test. Okay, here we go.
All right, let's see.
How close do you want it?
Yeah, that should be good enough. Y'all can hear that, right? Cool. So, I pretty much learned this in 15 minutes right before got here, so hope it goes well. Wish I could go back in time to the place where I first heard you speak. Conversations with you on my roof where I told you everything. Just a boy with a dream, I was 15. Didn't know it'd be hard on me leaving. Didn't think I'd be here reminiscing. The home I'm missing, the maker of the stars is holding up my heart, and I see the pieces putting together, and I see the seasons changing for better. I do, I do, I do. You're building something new, yeah. And out of the broken, prayers left unspoken, new doors being open, as others are closing. It's true, it's true, it's true. You're building something new, and you're putting down new roots. So I will trust in you. God, you're putting down new roots. When I miss my mom, miss my dad, miss my home and the wide open skies. In the mysteries, the unseen, I know you will be my guide. And every fear in my heart, you are shifting. I'm still a child of a God who is with me. With every end comes a brand new beginning. New beginning, the maker of the stars is holding up my heart, and I see the pieces you're putting together, and I see the seasons you're changing for better. I do, I do, I do. You're building something new. And I see doors being open, as others are closing. It's true, it's true, it's true. You're building something new, and you're putting down new roots. So I will trust in you. God, you're putting down new roots. Together, I see the seasons you're changing for better. I do, I do, I do. building something new. Oh, I see the broken, prayers left unspoken, the doors being open, as others are closing. It's true, it's true, it's true. You're building something new, and you're putting down new rules. So I will trust in you. God, you're putting down new rules.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I get the honor to introduce our speaker, Pastor Jay. Pastor Josias Flores enjoys growing his relationship with God and learning how to connect with all kinds of people. Born in Venezuela, he spent most of his life in the United States and is a product of Adventist education. Josias attended Mount Pisgah Academy and graduated as a 4-year senior in 2011. He is currently a full-time student at the Andrews University Theological Seminary after serving 2 years as the associate pastor at the Mount Pisgah Academy Seventh-day Adventist Church. While at MPA SDAC, he had the opportunity of teaching the sophomore Bible class of 2021. He loves intentional mentoring, seeing young people mature in their faith, and good conversations. He is married to his best friend and Asheville native, Chelsea Campbell, and their home is rounded off with their 1-year-old rabbit, Petal. His hobbies include exploring new areas, spending quality time with people, reading, and the occasional pickup soccer game. But honestly, Pastor Jay is so much more. He's our friend, pastor, Bible teacher, honorary class sponsor, and just our best friend. We missed having you this past couple years, or the past year here. And we just want to thank you so much for everything you've done for our class and for coming to speak for us. And we have a gift for you. If you remember a little guy that we named Sans, we have another Sans that we all signed to give you to remind you of our class.
I'm just gonna put this little guy right here so I can see him while I talk to you guys. Wow, what an honor. What an honor to be here. I'm gonna turn this off. And speak with you and speak to you. You know, this time I'm not gonna keep track of participation points, so don't worry, you don't have to pay that much attention. I'm also like the last thing standing between you and those diplomas, so I'll try to keep it brief. Good morning and welcome to all of you, family members of the class of 2021, friends, and also the future senior class of Mount Pisgah Academy. It's good to see you guys too. It's an honor, seriously, an honor that you guys invited me and gave me an excuse to come back to Mount Pisgah Academy. I'm really happy to be here. It's good to see friends again and new faces. I know there's some of you that I don't know. Hi, my name is Josias. I also go by Pastor Jay. I hope I get to meet you sometime in the future. But if not, it's good to see you here and congratulations. Honestly though, you guys have done it. You guys have gone through, I think it's 740 days that North Carolina requires for you to do high school. 4,100 hours. You gave me, some of you gave me like less than 90 of those hours, and I thank you. I learned a lot from that. But congratulations, pat yourselves on the back, give yourselves a hand. You've done this, and here you are. It's amazing. Mount Pisgah Academy is indebted to you. I mean, you guys provided leadership, you guys provided friendship, smiles, good memories. You guys provided me with heartache, but that's okay, and grief. Thank you. I'm also indebted to you, actually, because your class shirt, your junior class shirt, is the only class shirt that I own outside of my own class shirts from Mount Pisgah Academy. And it's a really cool shirt, so I thank you for that. But primarily, I'm indebted to you because I don't think I ever paid for that shirt. And so I apologize, Mr. Worth. We'll talk later. Yeah, I'll see you after. You know, as a token of my gratitude, then, I want to share some insight into a question that you probably have received a lot of. And you're going to receive a lot of as you walk out of these doors after you get your diploma. And the question is, you know, what's next? What are you going to do? What college are you going to go to? Are you going to go to college? What are you planning to do? What's your major? People are going to want to know what's next, right? What are you going to do? And honestly, a lot of times, people confuse what we do with who we are. And so a lot of times when someone asks you, hey, who are you? What do you know, tell me about yourself. What do we end up saying? We say what we do. We say, well, for my case, like, well, I'm a pastor, right? Well, maybe you say past accomplishments. I taught a sophomore Bible class in Mount Pisgah Academy, right? You say things that you have done. Maybe you say hobbies that you do, and that's how we define ourselves very often. And this is a question that you're going to have to face. What do you do? And as I looked at your aim as a class, I think your aim is to make the impossible possible, which is, man, that's really high. That's a really high aim of things to do. Make the impossible possible. And when I think about our society and the way that people think of characters that do impossible things, I think about superheroes. And I'm curious about what your favorite superheroes are, but I'm not going to ask you to say it out loud. I think one of my favorite superheroes at the moment has to be Steve Rogers, Captain America. But not because of his super strength, not because of the iconic shield, not because of the fast metabolism that he has, but really the Steve Rogers before he took the serum. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like if you watch that first movie, it was like a 90-pound guy, short, from Brooklyn, who just wouldn't quit, right? Who cared about others and was willing to sacrifice his life, who was smart and outwitted the drill sergeant there when he did boot camp. And the reason why he was selected was precisely for these qualities. The doctor who gave him the serum, he told him, he said, you know, this serum, it makes good great, but it also makes bad worse. And you know what? Success is a lot like that. Because a lot of times we think of success as the money in the bank or the degrees that we have, maybe the amount of influence that we carry over other people. But those things magnify what's already inside of you. Jesus would say it this way in Luke 16:10, whoever is faithful in little things will also be faithful in great things. Likewise, whoever is dishonest in small things will also be dishonest in great things or in large things. And the question, I think, the real question is not what are you going to do, but who are you going to be? Who will you choose to be? What will your character demonstrate? One of my favorite authors right now, Bob Goff, in a book that he published recently, it's called Live in Grace, Walk in Love. And he shared it this way. He said, give out love like you're made of it. Let it fill you up like candy in a piñata. That way, when you take a hit, love is what flows out. And I love that depiction of it because what's inside of you is what's going to flow out when you face different circumstances in your life. And honestly, you will take hits, unfortunately. But if you determine to be a person of integrity, if you determine to be a person that is full of love, a person that seeks out for others, that's what's going to flow out in the tough moments. And whether you make six figures or whether you're, the janitor somewhere, You can enjoy success when you invest in your character. And I know no better way to do that than to follow Jesus. You know, one of the greatest lessons I received about following Jesus actually came from a third grader. I had just come to the United States. Guys, I told you a lot of stories in Bible class. I apologize. You were probably sick of hearing about me. I'm going to tell you one more, though. I came to the United States, and I didn't know the language. It was like my third day in the country, and I was going to school. They actually put me in third grade when I should have been in fourth grade because I was supposedly too small. So I remember sitting in third grade, and I was frustrated, and I didn't understand a single thing the teacher said that day. And we had to break for recess. And so all these kids run out to recess. I walk out, and I'm standing there looking at this new playground. It's confusing. Even playgrounds are different here. And all these kids were running and doing their thing, and I'm literally just standing there looking and not knowing what to do. And this little kid, this third grader, comes up to me, and he starts talking to me in English, and I have no idea what he's saying. And then he kind of runs off. I'm like, okay, that was weird, cool. And then he came back, and he talked to me again, and he said, come on. And he started running, and this time he looked back, like expecting me to follow him. And I realized, come on must mean like, follow me. That was my first phrase I learned in the United States. So what did I do? I started running behind him. And so he would run, and I would chase him. He ran up a slide, and I chased him. And he would turn around periodically and say, come on. You know, Jesus, right now, as you commence a new stage in your life, he's telling you, come on. He's saying, follow me. And while it can be scary to go into the world of either college, of adulthood, of starting a new life, you know, in the real world, quote unquote, the way that people say, the truth is, when you follow Jesus, you will experience something that you didn't think would be possible. He will help you navigate those playgrounds, right? He will help you understand a little bit more about the culture, because I knew at that moment, hey, I can be myself in this new space. And God can help you develop your character so that you experience true success no matter what you face in life. Your motto, to make even the smallest change, can change the world. That child, the small child, helped me understand something about how God can change the world. I have a list of qualities here of things that you taught me. I'm not going to say who taught me these things because there are some of you that I don't know, and I don't want to single people out. But the class of 2021, you guys taught me how to be present, how to be honest. Some of you, as you walked into the classroom, would say, Pastor Jay, it smells in here. It's cold. It's funny because the person is like now feeling really embarrassed. You taught me how to be playful and connected, how to be relentless and patient, how to think critically, how to be relaxed, how to be passionate, how to be humorous, how to be helpful, how to be worshipful, how to be clever, how to be friendly, how to be observant. You guys already are showing qualities that Jesus wants to help you develop in your journey. My hope and prayer, class of 21, is as you go and as you seek to do the impossible, as you seek to change the world, that you remember that success doesn't look like what most people say success looks like. Success happens before you get that success serum, right? And who you choose to be. So you can start walking in the path of success as soon as you walk out of those doors by following Jesus in that journey. Class of 2022, I haven't forgotten about you. I enjoyed my time together with you, and I hope that you apply these principles too as you seek to take on the leadership roles that you will be taking next year. Guys, I'm proud of you. Congratulations once again, and I'm excited to see where your journey will take you. May God bless each and every one of you.
we're ready for one of the fun parts of the program. All of it has been enjoyable across that way. But I love just hearing the accomplishments of how the students have performed academically. All right, can you hear me now? All right, sorry. Probably a good thing you didn't hear that first part anyway. I love this part of the program because it highlights the areas in which our students have shined academically. So we are going to present the scholarships that the students have received from Adventist universities. First, we are going to start with Pacific Union. And just to be clear, before I start that, the students, this may, as I explained to the seniors, this may not be the cap of the total that they would receive. It's based on the students who have completed applications and submitted all of the necessary paperwork required by the colleges. And so the amounts could possibly increase or be adjusted a little bit just based on the final information and final transcripts that are sent in, or test scores, they could increase a bit. So the first would be Pacific Union College. Michael Broussard, $52,000. Gavin Perez, $116,000. Southwestern University, Joanna Ketter, $20,000. Gavin Perez, $36,000. Harrison Singleton, $16,000. The next are from Union College. Gavin Perez, $99,840. Catherine Ashlock, $46,000. Stephanie Garcia Osejo, $30,000. Joanna Ketter, $30,000. Next, we have Walla Walla University. Gavin Perez, $58,000. Michael Broussard, $10,000. Catherine Ashlock, $58,000. Hannah Gwennon, $54,000. Next, we have Southern Adventist University. Dunaberry Genoa, $46,000. Catherine Ashlock, $34,000. Michael Broussard, $28,000. Dana Clifford, $36,000. Stephanie Garcia Osejo, $38,000. Hannah Gwennon, $26,000. Joanna Ketter, $18,000. Cameron Langford, $36,000. Jacob Mobley, $28,000. Andrew Moyer, $26,000. Elijah Cifuentes, $20,000. Harrison Singleton, $8,000. Hannah Worth, $26,000. And I have two that we saved for last. We are so blessed and thrilled this year to have two students who have received a full academic scholarship to Southern Adventist University. Gavin Perez and Jeffrey Yaste. Just to summarize, in case y'all weren't keeping track with a calculator, we just awarded over $1.5 million from Adventist universities to these 25 graduates. If we include the non-SDA universities that we are aware of, this total is well over $2 million. Congratulations on a job well done, graduates. I apologize, I just realized I had not done Andrew's. We've got just a few more to go through. I am so sorry, Hosius. All right, Hannah Worth, $40,000. Michael Broussard, $48,000. Stephanie Garcia Osejo, $48,000. Hannah Gwennon, $48,000. Catherine Ashlock, $56,000. Dana Clifford, $56,000. Cameron Langford, $56,000. Jacob Mobley, $56,000. Gavin Perez, $56,000. That gift is already valued.
I usually don't have to pull the mic down. That's unusual for me. Good morning. My name is Lucy Hall, and I'm Director of Development and Alumni Relations. very proud to be representing this school and honored to represent our alumni and welcome our new alumnus here today. We have certain scholarships and their criteria for our for the support of our alumni. We appreciate all their love and prayers for us, and certainly their financial support. So we will start with our first one, which is $300 for Gavin Perez, and it's the George Grow Award. Our second one is for Emily Ottinger, $2,000 scholarship. And, oh, I'm sorry, it's a class of 1999 for $2,000. The next one is for Andrew Moyer, $450 for the Addison and Ranch family, Mark Addison and Golden Rule Award. This is given to 2 students, and the next one is Catherine Ashlock for $450. The class of 1978 and the Bill and Sharon Wolcott Scholarship is $500 for Didier Cortez. Saruk Hooley Award is $500 for Evelyn, and it's Marcio. The Wright Sibling Scholarship of $100 is for Sharon Duque. The next one is actually not from an alumnus. It's it's from the WENC Bridge Foundation. Sharon Pearson, and she was a volunteer for that organization for a long time, and they have decided to give us a $1,000 scholarship for someone who volunteers in his servant's heart, and it's being given to Rachel Hampton, excuse me. Is she here? She's not here. She is, oh. Our last award is from Heidi Possinger Memorial Award, and that is for $500, and that is for Nathan Settlemeyer.
We're very blessed to have many supportive parents, but Louis Parra and I would like to recognize a certain set of parents. They both have been helping this class for a long time, and there's no way we could ever repay them, ever thank them enough for their support of the students, their building them up, sponsoring them, inviting them out to their house. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot of things.
It's just amazing that all parents actually put so much time and effort into having their students be here at Mount Pisgah Academy. But I think there's a little bit of an opportunity for those that are a little bit closer, living within the area here, and we just see their faces every day. They come here, and not only have they supported their child, they have reached out in a very special way to support each and every one of your seniors that have been here this year. So with that in mind, I know we're not trying to embarrass anybody, but I'd like to have the Perez family stand up. They have done so much And just to add that for those of us that have been here as sponsors, you have walked with us all the way through. This includes the freshman and sophomore years that our students on this campus. Hector Gonzalez is here in the building. Stand up, Hector. We're wanting to say from you to the Perez family as well. And before you leave, we would just want to give you a little memory. This is the picture of the senior class that was on the senior class trip. We were on a vanishing island, and we took a picture of the kids, and we framed it, and we've got to give have this for you as a memory of this year especially. Thank you so much.
Good morning. I am the chaplain here from Mount Pisgah Academy, and I have the opportunity of recognizing our Chaplain's Office Award. Before I do want to give a special moment of thanks to a couple of individuals whose name won't be on this plaque, but will forever be in my heart as thankfulness. I try to express that, but I tell my students who work in my office, it's not happening. Know that you're doing a good job when I'm not saying, what is happening right now? Good things happen because they are incredibly diligent, and most of them are behind the scenes. Very grateful for the worship services that are a central part of our time here at Mount Pisgah Academy. We have so many of them, and so many of them go, as I tell my staff, what our intention and purpose and desire is to bring this group of people to the throne of God without the hiccups of the wrong lyrics on a screen or squeaking microphones or all the things that distract us. The less that people know that we are there and a part of what's happening, the better. If the question is not ever raised, who's running the sound? That's a good Sabbath. That we would not be in any way the hiccup to someone's heart being drawn close to God. So before we get to the actual award, I do want to thank especially Leah and Sam for their diligence in this entire year, and in a very nice. Well, the actual award, whose names will be on the Chaplain's Leadership Award on this plaque, that there's a lot of places that we have plaques hanging where you can see all the time. This one actually sits in my office. So if you want to see your name in my office, come on by. Always happy to see you. But one who is in front of us all the time, one who is behind the scenes all the time. Very grateful for the leadership, the constant willingness to be involved anytime we have. And let me tell you, there are things that are thrown in the chaplain's office that we don't anticipate, and we do our best just to step up and do and be willing to volunteer and help. One is Emily Ottinger. I thank you for your willingness to be involved behind the scenes. Emily is not a be in front of people kind of a person. And the other person who was supposed to be in my office this year, but somehow it never seemed to work out that way. Indeed, Nathan Settlemeyer. Nathan Settlemeyer. Who anytime we have need of music, Nathan Settlemeyer is there. 5 minutes late, but always willing to help. We're just going to say it like it is. I mean, come on now. But we're glad you're here, and I cannot tell you, well, I have told Nathan this, but I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Your ministry this year has led me to places in worship that are incredibly meaningful to me. So on a personal note, I thank you from one person to the next. Thank you for your ministry. It is also my privilege to hand out the Caring Heart Award. I have this pulled up so that we will know what exactly this award is together. The Seventh-day Adventist Church and its educational system believe that teaching young people to be actively involved in witnessing and service activities is central to the educational goals of the school and the mission of the church. For this reason, the Caring Heart Award for Christian Service has been established to give recognition to those secondary students who have demonstrated a personal commitment to active participatory service and witnessing activities and program. This award is designed to give appropriate recognition and foster an increased awareness and participation in witnessing service activities by all students. It is our hope that in awarding this today, that we would all, not just students, but all be encouraged for the opportunity to be involved in service-oriented activities. We're not here just for ourselves, but we're here to reach out and witness to others. This award encompasses many things in the student's life, but when we think about from freshman year to senior year, the award this year, and unfortunately for the award recipient, all I have is well, I shouldn't say all, I have the certificate, which is very important. It is recognition and redeemable for, I believe, $500 to our Seventh-day Adventist educational institutions of the next level, but also comes with it a Bible and a plaque, both of which are on the way. Seems like most of our lives, that's how life is lately, isn't it? Where's my, well, because of COVID, it's all caught up somewhere. So it's wherever that's caught up, it will be here soon, but there will be a Bible and a plaque that will also be awarded to the recipient of the Caring Heart Award this year, and that is Hannah Gwennon.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. I would like to ask the staff to please stand. We get to give out the Student of the Year Award. This person is a student who represents the qualities and the spirit of Mount Pisgah Academy in their daily life. They actively care about others, work hard to achieve their academic goals, and give evidence through their life and how they live that they are in a saving relationship with Jesus. In recognition of outstanding leadership, spirituality, and academic achievement, the Student of the Year is Catherine Ashlock. The plaque will be hung prominently in the ad building, in the hallway of the ad building. Thank you, Catherine, for being an example to all of us.
This year, we have 26 students graduating, 15 from our Candler campus and 11 from our High Point campus. There are 10 young ladies and 16 young men who are from North Carolina, South Carolina, and Tennessee. 23 of the 26 graduates, 88% of the class, are graduating with a GPA of 3.0 or higher, with 4 graduating with recognition, 5 with honors, and 14 with high honors. 22 of the graduates are 4-year seniors attending the Candler or the High Point campus for the 4 years of their academy education. Congratulations on completing the requirements set forth by the Southern Union Education Department and Mount Pisgah Academy. You have studied hard, played hard, and accomplished your goal. Hannah Grace Worth. Jeffrey Thomas Yaste. Gavin Alexander Perez. Cameron Broder Langford. Hannah Noel Gwenin. Catherine Lee Ashlock. Harrison Elijah Nathaniel Singleton. Stephanie Garcia Oseo. Joanna Lauren Ketter. Dana Marie Clifford. Jacob Richard Leon Mobley. Michael Chad Boussard. Rochester Cooper Damon. Dubi Gakwa. Dunaberry Judith Jenenwa. Holden Tanner Lockridge. Andrew Michael Moyer. Nathan Ezekiel Settlemeyer. Elijah Gabriel Cifuentes. David Taj Williams.
Congratulations, graduates. Would you please stand? I'd like to introduce you to the new alumni, the graduating class of 2021. Welcome, and don't forget where you came from. Be proud to be Pisgah. You may be seated. I'd like to invite the juniors to please stand. Go ahead, turn around. Go ahead and face the audience. I'd like to introduce to you the new class, the graduating class, the new class that will be graduating in 2022. Juniors, it's up to you now to lead the school. Seniors, thank you. Seniors, it's up to you now to lead the school. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you all so much for being here today. Please bow your heads with me for the benediction. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this school year, that we were able to be here in person, and thank you that we've been able to be here for graduation. Thank you for all of those who have been able to come, and all of those who have gotten us to this day. Just thank you for the wonderful 4 years that us seniors have had here together and all the wonderful people we've been able to meet. Please just bless us as we go forward, keep us close to you, and lead us always. Amen.